2 Kings chapter 25 about Thidkiyahu. Wayahi bishanata hatta shi'id le. And it was in the 9th year for his reign. Bahodeth ha'ashiri be'ashur lahodeth. In the 10th month, in the 10th to the month. Ba Nebuchadnezzar melech Babel, hu wekol helo al Yerushalem, wayihan aleha. Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babel, came, he and all his army, over Jerusalem, and he encamped over it. وَيَبْنُوا عَلَيْهَا ضَيِّقَ صَبِيبٍ. And they built over her a siege wall round about. وَتَبُوْ هَعِرْ بَمَّثُورٍ. And the city came into the siege. عَدَ عَشْرَةَ عَشْرَ شَنَةً لَمَلِكِ صِدْقِيَّاهُ. As far as the 11th year for King Thidkiyahu. B'tisha lahoreth. In the 9th day to the month. Wayehzaq haragab ba'ir. The famine was strong in the city. Welo haya lehem le'amharish. And bread was not for the people of the land. وَاتِّبَاقَ هَائِرْ وَكُلْ هَنَشِي هَمِّلْحَامَا هَلَيْلَا دَرَكَ ثَغْرَ بِينَ هَحُمُوطَيْم أَطْرَ عَلَى غَنَ هَمِّلْك وَكَشَدِيم عَلَى هَائِرْ صَابِيب وَيَلْك دَرَكَ هَعْرَابَا. And the city was breached, or cleaved, or split. And all the men of the war by night, the way of the gate between the two walls, which was over the garden of the king, and Kashdim over the city round about, and it went, or he went, by the way of the Arabah. وَيَرْدَفُ حِيلَ كَشَدِيم أَخَرْ هَمْلِكَ. And the army of the Kashdim pursued after the king. وَيَشِيغُ أُوتُو بَعَرَبُوتْ يَرِيخُ. And they overtook him in the plains of Yericho. وَكُلْ حِلُّ نَفُثُ مِعَلَيْهُ. And all his army scattered from upon him. وَيَتْبَشُوا إِتَهَمَّلَكَ. And they seized the king. وَيَعْلُوهُ إِلْمَلَكَ بَابِلَ رِبْلَاتَهُ. And they brought him up to the king of Babel, to Riblah. وَيَدَبَّرُوا إِتُّ مِثْقَاتَهُ. And they worded with him a judgment. وَهِتْ بَنَيْ صِدْقِيَّهُ شَاهَدُوا لَعِينَيْهُ. And the sons of Thidkiyahu they slew before his eyes. وَإِتْ عَيْنِ Thidkiyahu عِوَّرٍ. And the eyes of Thidkiyahu he blinded. وَيَحْسَرَهُ بَنْحُشَتَيْم. And he bound him in bronze fetters. وَيَبِيهُ Babel. And he brought him to Babel. وبحورث هخميشي بشبع لحورث. هي شنات تشع عشر شانا لملك نبوكدنصر ملك بابل. And in the 5th month, in the 7th to the month, It is the 19th year for the king Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babel. Ba Nebuzaradan, Rabbat Abbahim, Abd Melech Babel, Yerushalem. Nebuzaradan, the chief of the executioners or cooks, the servant of the king of Babel, came to Jerusalem. Vayesharop et bet Yahweh, et bet Hamelech, and he burnt the house of Yahweh and the house of the king. ואת כל בתי ירושלם, ואת כל בית גדול, שרף באש, and all the houses of Jerusalem, and every big house he burnt in the fire. ואת חומות ירושלם סביב, and the walls of Jerusalem round about. ناتستو كل حيل كشديم أتر رب أباحيم. All the army of Kashdim, which were with the Rabbat Abbahim, the captain of the guard, tore down. وهت يتر هام هنشهاريم بعير, and the remnant of the people, the ones remaining in the city, where the Hanopelim Ataranapalu Alaha Melech Babel, and the ones falling which fell upon the king of Babel, where the Yeter Hamon, and the remnant of the multitude. Heglah Nebuzaradan Rabbat Abbahim. Nebuzaradan, the Rabbat Abbahim, carried away captive. Umidallat Harsh, Hisheir Rabbat Abbahim, and from the poor of the land, the Rabbat Abbahim let remain. Lechoramim, Uleyogavim, for vine dressers and for land workers. وَيَتَعَمُّدِ هَنْحُشَتْ أَتَرَ بَيْتِ Yahweh, and the pillars of the brass which were at the house of Yahweh. وَيَتَعَمُّكُونُوتْ وَيَتَيَامَ أَتَرَ بَيْتِ Yahweh, and the bases and the sea of brass which was in the house of Yahweh. Shibberu Kashadim, Kashdim broke up. Vayeshu etnohushatam Babel, and they carried their brass to Babel. وَيَتَحَسِّرُوتَ وَيَتَحَيَّعِيمْ وَيَتَحَمَّزَمْرُوتَ وَيَتَحَكَّبُوتَ وَيَتَكُلْ كَلِهَنْحُشَتَ أَتَرَ يَشَرَّتُ بَامْ لَقَاهُ, and the pots and the shovels and the snuffers and the palms or spoons and all the vessels of the brass which they ministered by means of them, they took. وَيَتَهَمَّحَتُوتَ وَيَتَهَمِّزَرَاقُوتَ أَتَرَ ذَهَبَ ذَهَبَ وَأَتَرَ كَسَبَ كَاسَبَ لَقَحْ رَبَّتْ أَبَّاحِيمْ, and the fire pans and the basins, what was gold, gold, and what was silver, silver, the Rabbat Abbahim took. Ha'amudim thanaim, the pillars, 2. Hayam ha'ehad, the sea, 1. Wahammakonot, Atra asha shalomo lebet Yahweh, and the bases which Shlomo effectuated for the house of Yahweh. לא היה مثقال לנחושת כל הכלים האלה. There was not a weight for the brass of all the things, all these things. ثمانية عشر أما قومتها عمودها هذا. 18 cubits was the height of the one pillar. وقطرت عليه نحشت, and a capital upon it of brass. وقومتها قطرت ثالث أمot, and the height of the capital 3 cubits. وشبكة ورمونيم على الكوترة صابيب, and a network and pomegranates upon the capital round about. Hakol نحوشت, the whole thing bronze or brass. وكاهل لعمود الثاني على الشبكة, and like these for the second pillar upon the network. ويقهرب الطباحيم את شراياه كوهن هروش, and the Rabb Tabbahim took Sharayah, the priest, the chief priest, with Stephanayahu, Kohen Mithana, and Stephanayahu, the second priest, with Tholotet Shomere Hassaf, and the 3 keepers of the threshold. ومنها إرلاق حصاريس إحاد أثره باقيد على نشهم الحما. And from the city he took an officer, one officer, which was mustered over the people of the battle. وخمسة أناشيم مروه بني الملك, and 5 men from the ones seeing the face of the king, which were found in the city. And the scribe, the captain of the host. The one who mustered the people of the land, and 60 men from the people of the land, the ones being found in the city. Nebuzaradan Rabb Tabbahim, and Nebuzaradan the Rabb Tabbahim took them. وَيُلْكَهُوتَمْ عَلَى مَلِكِ Babel Ribalata, and he brought them upon the king of Babel to Riblah. وَيَكَهُوتَمْ مَلِكِ Babel وَيَمِيتِمْ بِرِبْلَا بِرْشَحَمَاتِ, and the king of Babel smote them, and he put them to death in Riblah in the land of Hamath. وَيِغْلَ Yehuda مِعَلَ هَدْمَاتُ, and Yehuda was carried captive from over its ground. وَهَعَامْ هَنْشَهَرَ بِهَرْشَ يهودا أَطْرَ هِشِيرَ نبوخذر ملك Babel, and the people left in the land of Yehuda, which Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babel, left. وَيَفْقِدْ عَلَيْهِمْ إِتْ גדליהו بن אחיקם بن شافان. Also he mustered over them Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan. ويشمعوا كل شر حياليم هما وهاناشيم كي هبقيد ملك بابل ات غداليهو ويابوه هل غداليهو هم مستپا. And all the princes of the forces heard, they and their men, that the king of Babel had mustered Gedaliah, and they came to Gedaliah to Mizpah. ويشمعهل ben نتنياه ويوحنان ben قارح وشراياه ben تنحومت هنطوفاتي ويهزنياه ben همهكاتي هما وهنشهم. And Yishmael, the son of Nathaniah, and Yohanan, the son of Kareh, and Sharayah, the son of Tanhumet, the Netophati, and Yahzaniah, the son of the Maakati, they and their men. وَيَشَّابَ عَلَاهِمْ Gedaliah ulehanashehem, and Gedaliah swore himself for them and for their men. وَيُمِرْ لَهِمْ أَلَتِيرَهُ مِعَبْدِ حَكَّشَدِيمِ. And he said to them, Fear ye not from the servants of the Kashdim. Thububarch, dwell ye in the land. وَعَبَدُوا et melech Babel, and serve ye the king of Babel. وَيِتَبْلَاكَمْ, and it shall be good for you. وَيَهِيَ بَحُدَةَ هَشْبِعِي, and it was in the 7th month. Yishmael ben Nathaniah ben Elishama mizra hamluka وَعَشَارَ أَنَاشِيمَ هِتْوَ. Yishmael, the son of Nathaniah, the son of Elishama, from the seed of the royalty, and 10 men with him came. Wayaku et Gedaliah wayamot, and they smote Gedaliah, and he died. ואת היהודים ואת הקשדים אתרחיו איתו במזבח. And they smote the Yehudim and the Kashdim which were with him in the Mizpah. ويقوم كل העם מקטון ועד גדול ושרי החיילים ויבואו מצרים כי יראו מפני קשדים. And all the people from small and unto great, and the princes of the forces arose, and they came to Mithraim, because they had feared from before the faces of the Kashdim. And it was in the 37th year, Legalut Yehoiachin Melech Yehudah, for the captivity of Jehoiachin, king of Yehudah, Bithanim Ashar Hodeth, in the 12th month, Be'esherim Ushiva la Hodeth, in the 27th to the month, Nasha Awil Morodak Melech Babel, Bishanata Moloko, et Rosh Yehoiachin Melech Yehudah, Mibet Kele. Awil Merodach, king of Babel, in the year of his reign, lifted the head of Jehoiachin, king of Yehudah, from the house of the prison. وَيَدَبَّرْ hito tobot, and he worded with him good things. وَيِتَّنْ etkiso me'al kisse hamalakim atarhito babel, and he gave his throne from above the throne of the kings which were with him in Babel. Washinna at the bigger their kilo, and he changed the clothes of his prisonhood. Wakal lehem tamid lefanayu, and he ate bread continually before his faces. Kol yemei hayayu, all the days of his life. Waruhato aruhat tamid nitnalo met hamelk devar yom beyomo kol yeme hayaw, and his allowance, an allowance continual, was given to him from with the king, the matter of a day in its day, all the days of his life.